about Tai Chi, or do you just want to get into it and practice it? You want me to explain a little bit about it, or you want to learn a little bit about it? Okay. Have you guys ever seen Tai Chi? Do you have any idea what it is? There you go, slow. Tai Chi is an ancient Chinese exercise. It's out of China. And it was founded as a martial art. And then after centuries and centuries, they were realizing that it had such an amazing effect on mind and body that it has really turned into, I mean, it's still based on martial arts. It's still got, the movements are based on a martial application. But it's really taught around the world. What you see is what we're going to do is like a moving meditation. It's a mind and body exercise because there are so many great benefits. It's cool because there's been a lot of research on Tai Chi, and I guess we could turn this off. Oh, it just turned off. Okay.
I just was wondering where it was coming from. I was like,
yeah, I know. I just heard that. I'm like, I think that was my voice. A subtext in Tai Chi is a moving meditation, and I love that Harvard medical research, they've done and are still doing a ton of research on Tai Chi, and they have dubbed Tai Chi, they've played off a moving meditation and they call it medication in motion, because there are so many great effects for it. One of the things is, Tai Chi is really all about balance. It's about balance physically, it's about balance mentally, and it's about just a spiritual balance. It's one of the strongest suits in a problem that we have a huge like $64 billion a year problem in the United States alone is the cost of falls. 64 billion. That's huge, and that's more so with the elderly or people, getting up there. And the American Medical Association, which is the granddaddy of all medical entities in the United States, they endorse Tai Chi as the #1 way to promote balance. So it's a big deal. And there's a lot of reasons why it's so effective with balance. Everything in Tai Chi is very slow motion, and which is something that we Westerners just don't know about. We're running. We're in a high pace, and the mind is in a high pace. We are so consumed with the monkey mind, which is, it's like so often we don't even finish a thought before another thought has shot into the brain and takes over. And we don't, unless we're being mindful, unless we're tuning in, we don't even recognize that. But it's a huge problem, and we run our bodies just as hard. In Tai Chi, you as I like to say, you learn to move with intention, and you learn to breathe with intention. Breath is something that we in this culture we're not taught to focus on breath. I mean, people that play certain instruments are taught to effective breathing for that instrument. I've heard DJs are trained in, people that sing are trained, but the general population, even in the medical hospitals, and they never talk about breath. They never talk about breath. And as we age, typically what happens is we start breathing shallower and shallower because we're so not tuned into it. But deep, good, full breaths is something that is so healing, physiologically and psychologically. You bring in more oxygen into the body, it goes in everywhere that blood flows, goes through the bloodstream, goes through the muscles, goes through the joints, goes into all the organs, the brain. So breath work is very healing all by itself. Psychologically, we get stressed, we have anxiety, we're mad, we're whatever, and if we would just slow down and take some good breath work, it would just change the game. So what I want to do is get you guys, I want to get moving on some stuff. The benefits, I mean, it's easy to find research on benefits of Tai Chi. It goes on and on. I think for the college students are typically really stressed people. And as is most of our society. And we just have to learn to slow it down. We have to learn to become mindful, and Tai Chi is very effective for that. You move so slowly in Tai Chi and with such intention that I know in my classes, nobody's daydreaming in my classes. I have a lot of classes that are all over the community and as well as here. And you can come in burdened, but about 10 minutes later, I can see you have melted, and you just don't, you have to be so present with the movements. I know that this foot's angled out. I know I'm sitting on this leg. I know this leg is tapping, ready to go. I know that I'm sweeping here and I'm equally pulling up this other arm and just before I'm arriving. I know I'm setting out to the heel. I know that I'm setting it over here and not here. All the little pieces are just, you're just tuned in to everything. It's very cool. It really consumes your mind. So mindfulness is a great thing. There's also, if you guys, there's a ton of research on the benefits of meditation. And meditation doesn't have to be difficult. Sometimes it's the most difficult of meditation is to quiet the monkey mind and try to just become right. Try to be right here. Try to be present. And I do that in all my classes. We do meditation. A good way to, if you guys try it at home, a good way to try to do meditation is just focus on the breath. Recognize the breath, and breathe fully. And a lot of times, if you stay right here with your breath and you recognize the sensation of your breath, you can knock out the monkey mind. That if your brain starts thinking about, what movie you're going to see tonight, or a conversation you had earlier, you could just think, okay, I'm coming back to my breath. And it's pretty amazing. It's very cool. So that's a very quick synopsis, but you have to have that because we only have 25 minutes. So any questions yet? No? Let's do some stuff. You want to learn some moves? Let's learn some moves. Okay. I need to get my music on. Let's see. This room is where I teach a class for Southern, and it's a 1-hour credit class. We're doing it. We've condensed it to 8 weeks, so it's an hour 20, twice a week. It's on Monday, Wednesday at 1 o'clock to 2:20, and it will be starting that second. Does anybody know the date of that?
March 14th.
March 14th. So if you guys like this, it would be you got an opportunity to get in on this semester and learn some Tai Chi. Okay. I think what I want to do, I want to show you what I'll teach in the class. It's called the Yang short form 16 movement, and it just takes like 2 minutes. So I'll just show you this real quick so you have a sense, and then we'll learn some stuff. Okay? So it's Yang 16. That's what you learn. Okay? So, come out here. Let's learn some stuff. You guys are so quiet.
Go ahead.
You're too quiet.
Scoot it up here.
Okay. Okay. Come close. There you go. Okay. Okay. So, in Tai Chi, we never lock any joints, and you should never lock any joints anyway because it's hard on the body, right? So, unlock those knees. There you go. I used to be very guilty of locking knees. It's just a bad thing. So in Tai Chi, we never lock knees. We unlock them. It doesn't mean you have to sink. It just means don't lock them. Right? Okay? So as we move, we want to be aware of that. Same with the arms. We never lock up. Okay? There's always a little bend. There's a softness. Okay? A little curve. So let's just try a couple things simple, and then we'll try a couple things that require a little more coordination. So palms face each other, they're about chest high. We're going to shift to the side and sweep across. Shift back and bring it back. So inhale to the right and exhale. And exhale. Now keep turning. Turn. Bend the elbows, wrap them around the body. There you go. This is called big python. Chases his tail. Reach out. We're turning, winding up the other way. Turn way back. Good. And reach out. And bring your arms out front. And then just load up those hands. You know, a lot of it's like, you kind of think of like you're working through the water. You're pushing. There's a soft resistance, but there's a thickness to it, okay? So we're going to press down. Push through the heels of the hands. We're going to press down. So pull up. Now we're going to sink. Press down with it. Press. One more time. Inhale as you bring these arms up. And then just press it back down. That's good. Let's try, moving class is one of the most popular movements of all the movements of Tai Chi. And it looks like this. So it'd be a cool one to learn. So the way that I try to teach it is, I've taught for like 20 years Tai Chi now, and I've learned how to simplify some ways to make things click. Tai Chi really involves and really heightens your coordination. There's so much coordination involved because you got 4 limbs and you got the body, and the head, the breath. But the way I do moving clouds is like, think about a rectangular TV, okay? And so we're gonna go around the perimeter of that TV, okay? So take just your left hand. We'll break it down limb by limb. So take your left hand off your right shoulder, okay? And we start out with the fingers going, straight out sideways. But it's like somebody's gonna pull our thumb. We're gonna bring the arm across the body, and as it gets over here, fingers are gonna be up. Okay? And we're gonna work with 45 off our center to 45 off. So, that's 90 degrees. So we want 45, okay? So we're gonna take this arm. We're just gonna shift with this, okay? So we're shifting to the right. I'm gonna shift and bring this arm across. Now we're gonna go down the side of the TV, push it down. And like somebody's pulling your thumb. Pull across the bottom of that TV. And then pull up the side of the TV. So you're going to pull there you go. And then come back across. Turn, push down the side of the TV. We're going to shift. Bring it across the bottom. Up. Okay, you kind of get the idea, right? We're just going around the perimeter of the TV. And so we're going across the bottom. We're going to come up the side. With the hand that's going to be on top, one will be down, one will be high. The hand that's on top is going to pull across to its own side, okay? Or across to its own side. So I'm not going to go this way, I'm going to go this way. Do you guys see what I mean? Yeah. Okay. So, let's try the other hand. Bring the right hand over. Okay, it's facing you to start out with, and it's going to end up turning up. Okay, so shift and bring it across. Then press down the side of that TV. Come back across. Pull with the thumb. Pull up with the thumb. Bring it back across. I want you to turn. We're not only shifting side to side, we're turning the waist. In Tai Chi, the body is always centered. So we can't go like this, and we can't go like this, okay? We do a lot of this, but it's still staying centered in like this, right? So, okay, so we're here. I'm gonna shift and I'm turning the torso. So when I'm actually here, I've got my shoulders, my hips are 45 off, okay? Press down the side, come back, up, across the top, right? You guys get the idea, right? Push it down, sweep it across. We haven't added breath yet. So what you want to do is inhale to the right, and then exhale to the left. Okay, so hold it right here. Okay, so the top hand is, we're going to go across the top of the TV and across the bottom of the TV, right? So, but the top hand is a little ahead of the lower. The way to think about it is, we got a cloud and we got the wind. So the wind is pushing the cloud, okay? So it needs to be behind the hand. Does that make sense? Behind it. So we don't want it like this. We want it over here, okay? So shift over here. Ready? So bring them across. Now press down the side of the box. Come up the side of the box. Sweep back across. Rotate. Bring it back. Rotate. You're going to start breathing. So exhale. Rotate. Inhale to the right. Okay, cross, top of the box, bottom of the box. No, switch hands. There you go. Sweep across. Rotate. Bring it back. Now, see, clouds, you know, there's a lot going on in there. I mean, you got to think about the positionings, and clouds take a long time to learn, but that's just a little hint of getting started. But actually, clouds move. So the clouds actually do this. And what we're doing is we're just sidestepping. And it's usually pretty comical because when you start adding the feet, then things get screwed with the hands. But but all we're doing with the footwork, and in Tai Chi we never just set a foot down, and we're always going, we're just tapping, and we're going to slowly move in to the fullness of that foot, right there and down, okay? And then we'll slide this in. But it takes me a while to get that foot down. I'm going to shift my weight, and turn the waist, and I step out. But so all we're really doing is sidestepping. Okay? So we're not going back this way. We're just going this way. Clouds are going south, right? Okay, so let's try it. So we'll start with the weights here. Okay. There you go. You look really good so far. Okay. So we're going to shift and sweep across. Now pull the right foot in. Rotate the side of the box. Slowly bring your weight back to the right. Step out. Rotate. Good. Bring them across. Step in. Bring it back. Step out. Sweep across. Bring it. See? Footwork adds some complication to it. Some confusion to it. Now, are you guys breathing? You gotta breathe. So inhale. Top hand is going to come across the body, right? Here we're going to hook. Push. Well, you did that pretty good. Here's your hook. There you go. A hook. This is a hook. Hook. Where the fingers, the wrist is really dropped and the fingers are like going to the ground. Okay, so this is not a good hook. This is a good hook. Okay, show me your hook. You guys are a fine group of hookers. workers.
Oh, I'd get in trouble if I said that.
You know what, I
We're
taught
probably
for
about 3
15
minutes.
years at a nursing home, and I'd have them work the hook, 3 minutes, okay. I'd have them work the, just some, coordination stuff, which is great brain food. And I'd say, oh, hookers, and ooh.
Yeah, I'd get in trouble.
Okay, let's try it out. So, angle the right foot out, pull the left foot in. Okay, we're sitting on the right, okay? So, let's pull the peacock's tail. So your right hand's on top, okay? We're gonna step out to the heel. Okay, now, we're gonna pull the bottom hand up as a chest block, and the bottom hand's gonna press down, okay? So we're gonna shift forward and block. Good. Okay, shift forward. Bring your weight to that front. There you go. Okay, back heel down. There you go. Okay, so reach up off the left. Now we're gonna shift back and kind of sit down on that back leg. Sweep the arms across. We're gonna stand that right hand up. Left hand's gonna feed right into it and push that block right back out. Good, across the palms. Bring them in. Push, heels of the hands. Push. Try it again. Pull the foot in. Gather the ball. So this is an inhale. Heel. So we exhale, coming up with a chest block. Exhale. Inhale up. Shifting back. Exhale, down. Inhale as you make that connection. Exhale, pushing across your palms. Inhale back. And exhale. That's good. Take it down. Let's do, we got like 1 minute?
1 minute.
Okay. One of my favorites, it's a simple one, but it's just so beautiful. I really love it, and it's just a feel-good movement. It's called Flying Wild Geese. So just take a wide stance that you're comfortable with. When you, there are so many foundational principles of posturing in Tai Chi, and all of them apply on the street. For example, with the knees, when you bend your knees, they need to go in the direction of your feet. So I don't want to have my knee in like this and my foot out like that, right? They need to be in line with the foot. And you also need to be very careful not to overextend. If you have too narrow a stance and you go down too far, like right now I'm overextended, I'm beyond my foot, right? I go into great detail with that in my classes to spare knee issues, but Tai Chi can be really helpful and has with a lot of students of mine, strengthen the knees, build the muscles around the knees. So flying wild geese, so we're just gonna pull our wings up. So you're gonna pull like you've got a bracelet, pull like a string coming from the heavens and it's pulling up, okay? So we're gonna pull up and then sink down and start pressing through the hands, press. Good, so inhale up, exhale down. We're just going to bring the arms down. You don't need to sink, just press. Press down, and as you do, pull up through the spine. Think of the spine, pulling up, crown of the head, pulling up, relax the shoulders. And now relax the hands. We're going to roll them up and squeeze. Open it back up. That's good. Take your right hand and make a fist, about the center of the chest. And left hand covers it like this. What this means is wisdom. It's a common close for Tai Chi. That means wisdom over strength. So wisdom over strength. Isn't that cool? That evolves from it being a martial art.
I got that move.
Yeah, I got that one. Good job, you guys. There's a little hint of Tai Chi. So thanks for coming.
Remind them of your class again when it starts.
That starts
March 14th.
Yeah. Is that the week right after spring break?
Week before.
It starts the week before spring break, and then you have spring break? That's odd. Who designed that?
Not
Okay. March 14th, 1 o'clock, Mondays and Wednesdays, 8 weeks. be a part of it. It's really, it's a lot of fun, and it's an incredible way to become mindful, you know, and just reduce the stress and just.
You know, I think just listening to this music could reduce the stress.
Yeah, I know, it's good, isn't it? Yeah.
But also, the one word I can think you said Westerners don't like, we don't have patience
We don't have patience.
to do.
And I love that Tai Chi requires patience. And so, if you don't have patience, you won't stick with it. But if you have patience, the reward is so incredible because there's so many benefits to it. But yeah, you gotta slow down. And slowing down's a really good thing, you know. Not that we don't. I mean, I certainly have my times of hustle. We all do. That's life. But you also have to learn to be able to, you know.
Thank you.
At Southern? No, not at Southern. I may be offering, I used to do some of my classes never stop, so some keep going.